Okay, I'm going to put the headgear on you. What this is going to do is actually going to hold the mouthpiece in place. I know it feels a little Frankenstein-like, but...
Despite the reference to Frankenstein, this is not an audition for a horror flick. It's a measure of cardiorespiratory fitness.
What this does is measure your oxygen consumption and your CO2 production. So we're going to measure the amount of air that you're breathing in.
This demonstration illustrates one part of a research project, a project that's helping overweight women lose some pounds.
Currently, the United States is facing a serious obesity epidemic. Right now, 65% of U.S. adults are overweight, which means 2 out of 3. Approximately 33% are obese. So we're faced with a serious problem.
And at the University of Pittsburgh School of Education, Dr. Kara Gallagher and her colleagues are trying to do something about that. The project followed 200 women over the course of a year. The women were taught behavior modification skills, placed on a low-fat, restricted diet of between 1,200 and 1,500 calories per day, and were randomly assigned to one of 4 exercise conditions. The exercise was simple walking, and women were assigned to walk 30, 40, or 60 minutes per day, 5 days per week. The intensity of assigned walking also varied, from moderate to vigorous. Comparing the effects of both exercise duration and intensity upon weight loss was a major goal.
Some people wonder if they should do really all-out vigorous intensity of exercise in order to get the biggest bang for their buck, or if they should just do something for a long period of time, just some basic form of movement.
Before beginning the program, and again at 6-month intervals, women were tested for fitness.
So during the test today, I'm going to be monitoring your electrocardiogram, making sure that your heart rate and rhythm look normal. And then what we do is we take these results and we send them down to a cardiologist who also reviews them to make sure that it's safe for you to exercise on your own, unsupervised at home.
The metabolic equipment provided additional information.
Okay, so that's telling us more information at the cellular level.
Another goal of the treadmill exercise was to allow women to develop a subjective understanding of exercise intensity. In about 15 minutes, this woman's heart rate accelerates to what's called her age-predicted maximum. Age-predicted maximum is simply 220 beats per minute minus the woman's age, in this case, age 20. Thus, her age-predicted maximum is 200 beats per minute. Moderate intensity exercise is considered to be 85% of your age-predicted maximum, or in this case, 170 beats per minute. Since women won't be taking their pulse as they exercise, they translate this subjective experience of intensity to a scale called a rating of perceived intensity. For people who are trying to lose weight, the key to success is no mystery.
They know that they should eat less, they know that they should work out more, and they should exercise more, but the problem is they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to make it happen.
So weekly meetings were held over the first 6 months to help women understand key behavioral weight loss concepts.
Today we're going to be talking about barriers to exercise and solutions. Okay, first we're going to talk about the lack of time as a barrier, and I'd like to suggest 10-minute bouts. If you incorporate multiple bouts throughout the day, it's much more achievable than a longer bout of exercise for a lot of people.
Instead of exercising in a 30 or 40-minute continuous bout of exercise, go outside for 3 10-minute walks throughout the day. It has the same benefit in terms of weight loss.
Using Post-its to remind them of when to exercise, as well as having walking shoes on their desks, served as a form of stimulus control.
It's a constant reminder right in front of them that that's something that they want to engage in. And a lot of times people don't want their tennis shoes sitting on their desk, so they'll exercise to get rid of them.
Women were taught what to eat, and they were given diaries and taught self-monitoring skills. They recorded food intake and fat consumption, as well as the type, duration, and subjective intensity of their exercise. On average, women in each group lost significant amounts of weight and improved significantly in cardiorespiratory function. In fact, on first examination, there were no significant differences between the groups at either 6 or 12 months. But when researchers looked at the women's diaries, they realized some women didn't follow their routines.
We can randomly assign individuals to a group and ask them to perform a certain amount of exercise or at a certain intensity. We can ask them to follow a certain diet. But what they actually do oftentimes is very different from what we've asked them to do.
So data were reanalyzed by looking at what women actually recorded. And now, one variable, which affected weight loss only, stood out. exercise duration.
As you can see, all groups at 6 months lost a significant amount of body weight. However, individuals who were doing greater than 200 minutes of exercise per week lost a significantly greater amount of weight than individuals who were exercising less than 150 minutes per week or who were inconsistent with those exercise behaviors. In addition, individuals exercising greater than 200 minutes per week were able to maintain this weight loss at 12 months.
Surprisingly, exercise intensity had no effect on weight loss, and for many regular but moderate exercisers, the study's conclusion is a plus.
They learn that they can just walk out their front door and go out for a fast-paced walk, and that should be sufficient in order to bring about weight loss.
So the bottom line is that exercise duration is the critical variable in weight loss, and now researchers are looking more closely at duration to see what amount is needed to help people maintain their weight.